on Wimp to Warrior.
The whole process of this Wimp to Warrior is not about who wins, who loses. This isn't Wimp to winner. This is Wimp to Warrior. And the Warrior status comes from 6 months of training, of pretty hellish training at times, working through injuries, schedules, and then stepping into the cage. Once you step into that cage, as far as I'm concerned, you become a warrior. Best of luck, right? Individually, I'll come and try and speak you through, but I can't guarantee I'm going to see everyone. So, pretty much my job's done. This is all you now. Once you go in there, it's you. Okay, so just put it all on the line. Okay, if you go in and you hold back for whatever reason, you'll always regret it. I promise you. I'm proud of you guys, and everyone that watches the series will be proud of you, no matter what the outcome. All right, you're warriors now, all mixed martial artists. All right, step up. Group hug.
Group hug.
Yeah. Tonight we drink. Tonight we drink. Okay? Wimp to Warrior, guys. Right. Wimp to Warrior! Wimp to Warrior!
This is Wimp to Warrior! Would you please make welcome for this lightweight bout of a 3x3 minute rounds, Adam Hellrich!
This is it, mate. The guys are pumped. I'm pumped. The crowd's pumped. Grace has done an amazing job. Thank you very much, Kai, for putting this evening on.
You know, 6 months of hard training. We're going to see tonight whether these wimps are warriors.
Absolutely, mate. And for me, I want to prove all these doubters wrong. You know, everyone was saying online, 6 months, these guys can't get to a position where they can put a good fight on, and I truly believe these guys are going to throw it out tonight.
Last night at the weigh-in, they definitely looked fit. They definitely looked focused. I think we're going to see some impressive fights tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
The electricity's in the air. All the hair standing on the back of my neck. I can feel it, mate.
So pumped. The crowd are right behind it as well. You notice we've got blue team, red team split either side of the hall, so it's going to be like a soccer atmosphere in here.
Let's welcome
Adam
Look
looks
at
good.
Adam. A little bit nervous there.
Yeah, I think he's focused more than nervous. All the guys are going to have nerves, Even, fight pro, you get nervous. But I think these guys, once the bell goes, it's going to be game on. Jimmy's very confident.
Yeah, last night he looked like he was very confident. I was wondering if he's all show and no go, so I hope to see some show tonight.
Yeah, I think Adam's game plan for this is definitely going to be take it to the mat. Jimmy's going to have a big reach advantage on him.
Yeah, he looks a lot taller.
Yeah, so Jimmy's going to look to try and keep it standing, but I think he's got enough tools to, if it does go to the mat, it's going to be a good scrap.
He looks focused. Looks ready to go.
Yeah.
Let's get down to business!
The last minute rules.
Yeah. Touch gloves, back to the corner. Corner's going to give them the last bit of advice. Probably it's going to be go hard, go hard.
Round one.
An Australian little front push kick there from Jimmy Connolly.
Yeah, he's going to try and keep him out. He doesn't want to be taken down. Here we go. This is Adam's game plan.
It's sort of not worked out for him. He's ended up underneath him.
Yeah, it's not great. He needs to tuck his chin.
He's hanging on to that half guard. Jimmy's trying to pass that guard. He wants to get straight to him out and put some ground and pound on there on Adam.
Yeah, he's going to work that body, I think. Hanging onto that neck, make it real uncomfortable for Adam to make any movement. shifting his hips.
Softening
go.
up with some little punches.
Adam needs to be doing more of that.
He's not in too much danger there at the moment there, Adam.
Jimmy's doing fairly well with his base. Adam needs to be trying to sweep this. But having that neck tied up like that's going to be hard.
Man, he's got his hips flat on the ground. He needs to hip out here.
Well, it's not exactly what he needed to do. Okay, Jimmy's probably going to go high mount now. Here we go.
Sits up. He's going to put down some heavy blows here.
Jimmy's crowd, you can see all their guys. Jimmy's crowd at the back, all on their feet. Very excited at this point.
Oh, some heavy lever there.
Yeah. Adam needs to try and bring him down, break his posture.
Jimmy needs to cross face him, sit up posture and put some heavy hits on him here. He could finish this fight early.
Yeah, this could be over fairly quickly if Adam doesn't reverse this position.
It looks like Jimmy's just trying to maintain that position at the moment.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Adam's trying to bridge, but he's not putting much height on that bridge, and it's not really affecting Jimmy too much. It's not really going to do it.
Now he needs to bring his legs up higher if he wants to
His
bridge
feet
and
are
roll.
too far apart. He's not getting hurt with the six.
Now Jimmy has to work up here. He can't just lay on top of him. The ref will stand this up. Oh, look at that. He's trying to control his right arm there.
Yeah, he's taking his guard away. Here we go. Oh, beautiful. Well done, Adam. Great job.
Straight into half guard on top.
Yeah,
He's very patient.
He needs to watch his base though. He's very narrow there. Jimmy could easily sweep him.
And he needs to get his left arm out there and put some damage on Jimmy.
Yeah, it's time to reverse it a little bit now. Adam needs to start working his striking, get Jimmy's head on the fence, which is doing.
Again!
Base. Yeah, great reversal again.
That was poor from Adam.
Yeah,
He had the position.
Yeah, he didn't work his base there. He was way too narrow. Nice scramble. Well done, Adam. He's on his knees. He needs to tuck his chin though. Jimmy likes submissions. There we
straight
go.
back up.
Yeah, Jimmy wants it on his feet.
Well, he looks gassed already.
These guys, I don't think these guys realise how much adrenaline's going to play a part in this.
They're circling each other cautiously now.
Yeah, Adam's going to want to try and take it down again. Jimmy's going to try and use his
10
jab.
seconds to go.
Any second now. Go on, Jimmy. Throw your hands. Here we go.
That's the end
Good
of
round.
round
Good round.
one.
First fight. Excellent round. Great start. Crowd's excited.
Jimmy's got his hand in the air. He thinks he's won that. He's confident already.
Yeah, he's. I think he's pretty confident he might have stole that round. There we go. A little bit more
cautious
caution.
start.
Yeah, a little bit more caution now. He needs to be working that jab a little bit more. Adam needs to be threatening.
Oh, nice straight left.
Yeah, that was a nice straight on the button. There we go. Adam's shooting again. Again, he's left his neck out.
He wasn't setting that shot up.
No.
He needs to do some combination strikes to make Jimmy think twice.
This is going to be a bad position for Adam unless he can get his backside up. He needs to try and walk up the wall. These guys have done plenty of wall walking over the last 6 months during training. He needs to try and use that fence to get to his feet. He's not going to reverse Jimmy in this present position. Jimmy's got his neck. He's yanking that neck. He's got it. He's got the tap.
Wow.
I didn't even see that. I think he might have stuck his fist in there as well.
What a sneaky Buddha choke.
Yeah. Well done, Jimmy. Excellent, excellent round.
Didn't think he was going to get it from that position, mate.
No. I think I'll have to chat to Jimmy about that. I think it was a little sneaky fist for a blood choke, which is what I love teaching these guys.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Crowd's happy. Jimmy's proud there.
with a guillotine chokehold, let's give it up for Jimmy Connolly. War cry.
You suck. Oh my gosh, you rocked me on a big one. You alright? Yeah, you're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for our second bout of the evening, which will be fought at featherweight. Would you please make welcome
Here we
Laura
go. Fight number 2. Here's
Kirby.
Laura.
She looked a bit disappointed last night that Sonia didn't make weight.
Yeah, look, she was, and I think maybe probably not as much as Sonia herself. I think
Laura
Sonia's going to be pretty down herself.
is in the
I think the girls have got
cage.
to just put that behind
Let's
them now
now
and just
welcome the
focus on
second
what's in front,
of
and that's
our
the
warrior
fight.
princesses.
thinking about it
Make
now.
a real welcome, Sonia.
So do these girls go on during the series?
Yeah, look, they did to start with, but you know, as the matchups were announced, there's always going to be a little bit of a divide. You know, they don't particularly want to be really close friends with someone, build a relationship with someone they're going to fight. So the red team and blue team definitely they had their little gangs, if you like.
Well, you can even see it here tonight in attendance. You know, the room's sort of divided. There's red on one side, blue on the other, and they're very, very loud and cheering for their colours.
Which is cool. I think it's a nice way of doing it. I think it's going to get that kind of football atmosphere in here, which would be really cool. There's the doctor. Yeah.
She's a psychologist, is she?
Yeah, she is. I think she's just finishing her degree now.
She is a digital producer for 3030. Make a real welcome in our red corner, Sonia the Baker Chin.
The baker. Story to that?
Sonia was always struggling with her weight throughout the series, so it's not just a case of just missing weight. Her Achilles heels was always the fact she loved bread. So
She started really heavy though. Like,
she did.
I saw her at
She's
the
lost a
tryouts.
heap of weight. She looks amazing actually. So she's done brilliant. But yeah, bread has always been her Achilles heel, so we called her the baker.
Yeah, both girls are pretty focused.
Yeah, they've both got good attendance here. There's a lot of support for these girls. First girl fight as well tonight, which I think is going to be pretty intense.
Straight into it. Girls come to fight.
Yeah.
Oh, they're throwing straight away, Richie.
Yeah, definitely. These girls are going to be banging. I think Sonia has got a pretty much good overall strengths. I think her ground game is definitely the key area for her. She loves arm bars.
She seems quite happy to stand here in the pocket and trade.
She does. She's I was actually concerned at the beginning because she didn't seem to offload in sparring.
Okay, she's
but
pushing up to the fence now.
yeah, this is good. This is where she wants to try and control the fight. Both girls have done a lot of fence work in training.
She's trying to go for that double underhook. Oh, she's trying to rape the leg out.
Yeah. Laura's definitely going to want to try and keep her on her feet for at least the first half of the round. I say there's blood already. We've got blood on the sleeve
The
of Laura.
claret is flowing.
Yeah, I think that's coming from Sonia's nose. People don't actually understand that fence actually sucks when your head's being pressed up against it.
Laura needs to get her back off the cage here. She needs to get a right arm underhook.
Yeah, she needs to be working. She needs to be trying to reverse this position. There's a lot of blood coming out of, I think it's from Sonia's nose. I can't see any cuts at this stage.
Sonia's got good heavy pressure. Oh, she's got her right knee against the cage there in between Laura's legs. That's a good way to trap your opponent in there. And some sneaky little dirty knees.
Yeah, these girls are definitely going for it.
So she's trying to go down here for a single leg. She is.
She needs to be working her posture. She's too bent over at the moment. She's got no strength in her back. She's going to sweep that other leg. Laura's doing an excellent job of staying on her feet here. She just
really
needs to
working
get
for
off that fence. She needs to get off this fence. She's doing a great job standing up, but she's not progressing her position at this stage.
She'd almost spin out the back there.
Yeah.
She's just trying to hang on to that head.
Well, that head's, she's holding Sonia's head, but it's keeping her in that position, unfortunately. So I don't think she's trying to go for the guillotine. She may well be. I hope she doesn't flop to her back at this stage. She's cranking it. She's definitely going for that guillotine now.
Sonia doesn't want too much trouble. She doesn't want to blow her arms out doing that.
Exactly, and that's something we talked about in training a lot. Not hanging on to something and it's not there for too long, because she will blow her arm out. She's not going to be able to throw with it. No. Here comes. We've got 10 seconds left. Maybe Sonia will try for the takedowns.
Oh, beautiful.
See, that's it. She's,
some nice 30 ground a pound.
That's probably won the round for her now. Oh, stop that. Come on, girls, let's go. I want some more of that second round, please. That was awesome. She needs to keep that ground. Work her jab.
Nice little foot movement from both girls there.
Yep. Laura's got some tidy hands. There we go again, back on the fence.
Well, we worked for Sonia last time, so she's going to try and take it down
Absolutely,
again.
absolutely. Yeah, she'd probably want to try and get the takedown a little bit earlier this round rather than the last 10 seconds.
Looks like she's trying to go for a double one, and she'll switch to that single leg. Dirty shots.
Yeah.
You know, Laura's doing the same as sort of last thing, trying to hang on to the head.
Yep, she needs to be. She's being too defensive at this moment. She needs to be a few little hammer fists and then try and get an underhook and get off that fence. There we go. That's better.
She's got the underhook now. She just needs to turn her left arm all the way around like you've got a steering wheel. Yeah, she's got it. She's almost got it.
Oh, could be. There's a nice front drag. Yes, there we go. That's a nice little reversal. Laura's just finished on top there.
Looked like Sonia's trying to get the tie plumb and go for some dirty knees, but
yeah, I hope Sonia wasn't trying to pull guard there. It's something I'm not massively keen on in MMA. But she's got a good armbar, which Laura really needs to be careful of now. She's trying to isolate that arm there. Laura needs to be posturing up.
she's getting a high close guard.
Yeah, she's working those legs now. Laura needs to sit up. Here we go. She's starting to work.
Sonia needs to grab that. Oh, she's going
Yeah, triangle. Yeah. Just posture up, Laura. Sonia's doing a really good job here. She's working it. Here we go. She's going to stack her now.
I'll try and switch to the armbar here. Now Laura's doing well. She's keeping safe.
Yeah, they're both showing some really good skill sets here. You know, Laura defensively and Sonia aggressively working her guard. Yeah, she's looking for the armbar. Maybe she's going to work for Kimura here. No, she's
Straight them out.
Yeah, that's a nice reversal.
Well, the ref's going to stop this if. Whoa! Uh-oh, she's
give
going
it
to
back.
stomach.
She's good work. Here goes
Jump
the
the
armbar.
armbar.
Here goes the armbar.
Oh, nice little escape there.
Yeah, beautiful.
Have some of that, she says.
Laura's aware of Sonia's skill of armbar, so she was ready to transition out of there. Now she needs to take those legs out because Sonia's going to drive for that leg and put her on her back again. Mouth guard. Yep. Steve Purcell all over it as usual.
What's Laura going to do here? Is she going to switch out?
I think she might try and switch to the back. Yeah.
And Sonia's hanging on to that leg. She doesn't want any of that.
Laura needs to settle into that position now. Start working some strikes, some nice hammer fists. Sonia needs to turn and try and square her hips. There we go. What a great round. What a great round.
We'll try and put a quick choke on here. I think the time's going to run out.
Wow, another great round. I think that was fairly even. I think
give it that one too.
a few reversals. I think Sonia's definitely more aggressive with the strike at the moment. There we go. Laura takes the centre again, but she's not really aggressive. She needs to be trying to keep that centre. She needs her back off that fence. She's a lot of blood on Laura's shirt now, even down the back of her shirt.
She's trying to counter what Sonia's up to.
Yeah, Laura looks fairly defensive at this point. She's kind of reacting. Sonia's face, she's very focused.
Pouring out that jab. Nice overhand right, straight into the clinch.
Oh, look at this.
I'll try and take it back here, standing. Thought she was going to go for a suplex there. Sonia's going to try and get that other hook in there, flatten her out. Finish with a choke or a bit of ground and pound.
Laura just needs to just settle down and just think about what's going on here. She's not in any immediate danger. She just needs to focus and defend those hooks.
She almost backed her off there for a second ago.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Switch needs to be out. She's not turning in. Sonia's doing an excellent job.
Oh, she's got her flat now.
Yeah. She could be in trouble here. She's
Laura's
flattened her out
in
with her
a-
hips.
she's
She's got
the
it.
choke on.
She's got the rear naked choke. Laura needs to tuck her chin.
She needs to grab that arm. Pull that arm down to Sonia's.
And Laura's tough. Laura is tough. Here we go. I think Sonia's going to work the armbar again.
She does love that position.
She loves it. I think Ronda Rousey must be her favourite female fighter by the looks of things. She's going to work it. Laura needs to be trying to turn in. She's going to get it, strength for strength. She's got. Oh, these girls are. Oh, that looks tight. That looks tight. Here we go. That's the tap.
What a great win from Sonia.
That was an awesome fight. Sonia done amazing.
I don't know how many fight shows I've been to where the women win fight of the night. They both just come to win. Do you think the weight made any difference tonight?
Look, I hope not. I don't think so. I mean, Sonia didn't really play a top game. She didn't really work wrestling, which would have been an advantage for the weight. I think, she's working arm bars off her back, etc. I think the girls, like I say, just came in and banged. What people don't know is Sonia actually done this whole process with a torn ACL.
Wow.
She told me a couple of months ago, but she didn't want anyone to know. She wanted to back out. She didn't want Laura to lose her fight. So, and she said, she's waiting for surgery. She's had a torn ACL the whole time throughout this.
It just goes to show that she is a warrior.
Yeah, both these girls, I think they've both done an amazing job. I'm very proud of them both. And the crowd have definitely got behind this fight.
Yeah, they both gave it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner with a 10 out for an armbar. Let's give it up for Sonia Jones!
I could only fight because Laura let me, so thanks to her. And I only trained so hard because she was such a hard opponent.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jed Lozano!
Interesting fight, this one. There's a bit of height difference between Jed and Tom.
Yeah, there is. I think it's one of those ones. It's going to be purely down to chin. I think both these boys are going to swing.
Filipino.
Yeah, it's the Filipino. Jed's got some pretty tasty leg kicks.
Oh yeah.
In training, no one really wanted to hold the kick shield for him. you can give your dead leg through the kick shield. So that's something Tom needs to be wary of. But Tom's got some heavy hands, and his ground game's really improved. I think if Tom can get a top position and lay on Jed, control it, he could definitely work some ground and pound. So it's going to be, it could be stand up versus ground. I don't think Tom's going to want to stand with Jed too long on this one.
Okay.
I could just, someone looking at this without seeing the series would maybe look at Tom and think, man, he doesn't look very conditioned, but this guy has changed so much. I think he's lost like 24 to 28 kilos, and he's done an amazing job. Like, all the guys have had a real transformation, massive difference.
Both guys look pretty comfortable to be here. I spoke to Tom last night at the weigh-in actually, and he seemed a little bit nervous about what was coming tonight, but looking in his eyes tonight, he seems ready to go.
Yeah, look, Tom's been he's been one of these guys that's been a fan of the sport. He's been watching this for 20 years. Can you imagine watching something for 20 years and then suddenly finding yourself in a cage? It'd be pretty surreal, I think. As long as he can control his emotions, I think he could do really well. Like I say, I think it's going to be, if Tom catches with a big punch, it could win. If Jed works his leg kicks, it could really affect Tom's movement.
Well, that's the thing with heavyweights. One punch can finish it all. It's don't blink.
Yeah. I think this could be I'd be surprised if this goes to a submission. I think it's going to be a striking game.
Into the land of the giants.
Yeah, there's Mr. Johnny Sharp.
I love watching the heavyweights throw down, mate. I love it.
Me too, yeah. Here we go.
Oh, straight into it. Some big hits.
Yeah.
They're not holding back, mate.
Here we go.
Oh, he wants
Tom
to finish it now. 10 seconds.
Tom needs to keep his hands tight. Here we go. Here go the kicks. Here we go. As predicted, Tom's going to want to try and get this to the mat, I think.
He barreled him straight into the cage there.
That was
all his weight on him.
That was some big... there's some blood already, I think. Yeah, Tom's been cut.
He does have double underhooks, though. If he can get that leg around his ankle, he could rape him to the ground.
Yeah, he needs to suck his hips in. He's too high with the hands at the moment. He needs to control his hips.
Oh,
this
straight
is
in
a
the
bad
mouth.
position for Tom.
You don't want a heavyweight sitting on top of you.
No, this is not good. Not good. Tom needs to be moving. He needs to be bridging. He's too flat.
Straight for an
Oh,
armbar.
my God. What flying armbar. This could be tight. I don't think he's got the angle. Oh, my God. Tom's doing an amazing job. Look at that. There's a lot of blood coming from Tom from somewhere. I think he's got a cut on his eye.
He's still in this fight, though. Oh, he's in a great position
This
now.
is where Tom needs to be. This is where Tom could work.
He could finish this fight here with heavy hammer fists.
Yeah, absolutely. He needs to control the inside arm. There's a lot of blood coming from somewhere.
He needs to put some heavy lever on him here.
Yeah, he needs to be careful not to throw an elbow at this point. It'd be very tempting. Especially with that crossface going on.
And those little rabbit punches aren't going to do much. They're just going to annoy Jed.
Yeah. Tom needs to try and stay heavy. Control position on this. Position. I've been preaching this to the guys for 6 months.
Oh, he's let him up.
See, this is just... It's not good.
Oh, look at that sneaky little choke.
He's working the guillotine now.
He doesn't have his legs wrapped around him. He might not
No.
get this here. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Tom should have transitioned
Oh, he's
to the side.
tapped.
Sneaky.
He needed to tuck his chin in there and sort of he might have been able to hang on a bit longer.
Tom's going to be disappointed with that, but I think, that was a typical heavyweight battle.
Don't blink. It's over quick.
The guys were working it. They just knew they just wanted to go in and swing. Massive contrast from the previous fight. But that was good. Jed done a great job. Very heavy hands. I think, Jed done the damage early on, and that's made the difference there. I think Tom would be loving having a little souvenir from his fight. He gets a couple of stitches.
Your winner from Singapore with a guillotine choke. Let's give it up for the Filipino,
He gave me the fight of my life. I asked that exactly off of him.
Brothers.
And I respect him more.
Brothers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to move on to a lightweight
Last night at the weigh-in,
contest.
Sheldon,
After
out of
training
all
for
the
6
fighters
months, let's
at
welcome
weigh-in,
these two
he
fighters
looked the
ring.
most
Firstly,
intense, the
welcome
most ready to fight. So he gave me shivers. I love when fighters eyes when I see them coming to fight.
He's focused, man. I've done a fair bit of work with this guy, and he wants this. He looks like a fighter as well. Yeah, not so much when he started. He looked like a
Sheldon
soft
Davies,
surfer.
he's in
Not
the
saying
cage.
surfers are soft, by the way. I don't want hate mail coming
Would you
through,
now
but
make welcome to the red
he
corner?
looks very
Let's
different now.
bring
And
him out.
Vaughn's
For
tough,
Team
man.
Red, this is
I don't think
Vaughan
Vaughn's going to take a backward step.
Yeah, he looks quite fit. You can always tell if they look fit and they've done the training.
And for me, my prediction, this could be fight of the night. I don't think the guys have got both good skilled all around. I
Vaughan
think
Hayne is in
Vaughn's
the cage.
probably going to want it, take it to the mat.
Taking you now to
Jits
Team
being
Blue.
his stronger
He's
background.
weighing in at 69
But Sheldon's very well
kilograms
rounded. I
from
think this could be an awesome
Alexandria.
fight.
Wearing the black shorts, red piping, a surf instructor by occupation.
There we go,
Please
surf
give it up
instructor.
for Sheldon
Is that even a job?
Davies.
Maybe, I don't know. Pretty nice job if you're into
Right
surfing.
now to the red
I guess it's
corner.
like being an MMA
There he
coach if you love
stands,
MMA.
a HR consultant by occupation, residing in Neutral Bay, 69.82 kilograms on the scales.
So Vaughn's got a little bit of reach,
Employed by
but like I say, I don't think that's going to play a
Instant
massive part.
introduction. Here's Vaughan.
Vaughn's got some good stand-up though. I've seen his stand-up. He's pretty unorthodox.
It's good to go.
Yeah, he's pumped, man. I think the crowd are really behind this fight as well. I think this should be a real barn burner. Look at them. They're ready.
Got two dogs behind a fence, mate.
Yeah. I think this could be a really good demonstration of intensity and skill. Vaughn's ready to go. It just needs to be unleashed. Sheldon very calm, composed.
We're all set. Round one.
Straight to the centre. Both wanted to take the centre here.
Oh, big overhand right.
Yeah, Vaughan just sucked that up. Took a backward step, but that was about it. That would have hurt.
Oh, he's throwing hard.
Yeah. Sheldon's
into the
going
clinch.
for that big overhand right. Vaughan's going for the clinch. He's going to try and put him on the fence.
Oh,
Nicely
nice.
done. He's working that whizzer. Knees going off. These guys are going early, man. This may not come out in the first round.
This is a fast-paced
Nice.
fight.
Yeah, this is good.
They're throwing heavy too.
Yeah, they're working everything here. Good footwork, nice kicks, big hands coming in.
Gauging the distance.
Yeah, they're both willing to stand at this point. Both keeping the centre as well. There we
Oh,
go.
nice little inside leg
Yeah,
kick.
that was nice. Should have set up with a punch though.
They'll soften you up over the rounds.
They will,
An
yeah.
outside kick.
Yeah.
Going to take away Sheldon's footwork if he keeps playing a lot of
Yeah,
them.
well, I think maybe, like I said, if Vaughan's looking to take it to the mat, if he can take Sheldon's legs away early, that's going to make it much easier for him to get a takedown.
Just sort of feeling each other out. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, Sheldon's got some good head movement going on. This stuff we worked on quite extensively in training.
They're both trying to land heavy.
Yeah. You can tell the crowd gone. They're into this. They're very quiet at the moment. Everyone's watching.
Sheldon's got a little grin on his face. Thinks this is fun. He's wanted this for 6 months.
Yeah, these boys both want this. Oh my God. That was another. That was just throwing those half kicks, left himself open.
Oh,
there.
I love that. Yeah, get back up. He
pounced on it.
He wants to give him some more.
That was awesome. Man, Vaughan's tough. Look at that.
And there's
He
claret
caught
coming
him
out of his
Yeah,
nose.
he's caught him right on the bridge of his nose, I think, there.
He should keep his hands up.
Yeah.
He's going to wear more than them.
He needs to be watching with these kicks. You know, he needs to follow it up. These single kicks, leaving his hands down, he's going to get caught. The crowd's hyping it up now. This is good.
Yeah, every time he throws his kicks, he's dropping his hands.
Yeah, he needs to be careful. Sheldon's just waiting for it as well. That right hand's
Oh!
cocked. There he goes again. Swing and a miss, and he's got the takedown, Vaughan. Sheldon's going to try and use the fence. He's working the guillotine. He's got his closed guard. Yeah, the angle wasn't there. Nice. Great ground and pound. Not controlling the action, though. That's the trouble.
Swinging.
Yeah.
Wild.
Position first. These guys need to learn that. Nice hands. Vaughan's really taking some punishment now with those hands. Sheldon's not swinging much, but he's catching most times. Yeah. That's giving his back there. That's not good. He's got mount. Now Vaughan needs to control him here. He's not controlling him. He needs to work his hooks first. Forget striking. Position first. Great transition. I think there's not really long. There's the round. I didn't even hear the clapper there. There's so much excitement going on. Awesome round. Awesome round. That's predicted. I think this could well be fight of the night.
This is W2W.com. Here we go, round 2, sponsored by Embroid Me.
Head movement again. Vaughan's starting to work his jab a little bit more now.
He's got his hands up too.
He's throwing those single leg kicks again.
Oh, he's dropping his hands again, still.
He's asking for trouble.
Sheldon's just waiting for him.
Yeah, he's just got to get his timing.
Yeah,
there he goes.
Oh, good head movement. Just trying to time him. He knows that Vaughan's going to drop his hands and he's going to try and put that overhand bomb.
Again. Big overhand right. He needs to tuck his chin. He could get guillotine here. Get his head out. Head needs to be in the centre.
Vaughan needs to get off this cage.
Yeah, Vaughan might be using this as a way of getting to the mat. He can wrap him up. Yeah, he needs to be staying busy. That's good.
Sheldon looks at the ref saying he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
And he's the one that's sitting there just stalling.
Well, he can't change his level for that takedown. Vaughan's got his shoulder wrapped up nicely.
He should probably be better off backing out and just get back to the striking as he's been working so well there.
Yep. Vaughan's going to allow that at the moment. Come on, boys, let's work. Sheldon might be looking for that single. Vaughan's doing a good job of keeping Sheldon's level up.
Is he going for a standing Kimura here?
He's going to try and switch around to his back, I think. There he goes. Yeah, he's done a good job. There's a bit of a scramble going on. Sheldon needs to keep moving.
He needs to sprawl out here. He doesn't want to get taken down himself. And back to where we were.
Yeah. Maybe there's a little bit of fatigue coming in at this point. He's very fast-tracked, fast-paced at the moment.
Let go of the cage. Sheldon seems to just be putting his weight on him.
Yeah, look, he's doing a good job. He's looking for that takedown. There he goes, but he didn't get the lift. He needs to try and maybe drop a knee, try and straighten his back a little bit, get some strength in his body for that takedown. Unless he's just going to drag the legs out. He's got his hands clenched together, I think. I can't really tell from this angle. Oh, beautiful. That was a great takedown. He's got the angle. Just needs to work for that side control now.
Vaughan's trying to get that knee through.
Yeah.
Get him back to a guard.
He's going to try and get to his feet. There he goes. Oh, it's beautiful, Vaughan. Great transition.
He needs to keep his weight down here.
This is where Vaughan gets sloppy. He starts striking and lose position. Now he's got the mount. That's nice.
In a great position.
Yeah, this could be dangerous.
Got a hooks in.
Oh, he could be round saver here. Forget the tape. Forget the striking. Forget the striking. He should have just stayed on top striking. Man, that was a waste. He heard that 10-second clapper and he had him in his back. He could have just pounded away then.
This is What to Warrior.
How do you see the fight so far in terms of rounds?
I think they're probably both gone to Sheldon.
Yeah.
When Vaughan's been in the position of having a chance of dominance, he sort of gives it away.
Yeah.
Just with his over eagerness to.
I think the only real significant difference between the two is I think Sheldon's connecting more with his hands. He's rocked Vaughan both rounds.
He's knocked him down.
I think everything else is fairly even. The transitions and control. Yeah, here we go. Vaughan's now thrown. Oh.
And now Sheldon's getting a bit sloppy.
Sheldon looks a little bit tired at this point.
Vaughan should have been doing this the whole fight, setting up with that long jab.
Yeah. He's throwing hands now rather than working those kicks.
He was dropped to the ground there.
Yeah. Did he catch him? I didn't see it.
I think it looked like he did. I don't know if it's fatigue or if he got him with a little right.
He's got to watch those up kicks. I think Sheldon should just take back to the centre, allow him to get up. Sheldon's definitely been working the centre much better. Here we go. Okay, boys, let's go.
Vaughan's going to really have to push the pace here if he wants to win this fight.
Yeah, they've both gone very flat-footed now. Sign of fatigue. Hands are dropping. This could be Vaughan's time now. Sheldon's hands are dropping, his head movement's gone. He could definitely catch him.
Pull out a sneaky submission too.
Yeah. Sheldon's head movement and his footwork were key in the first 2 rounds for that striking.
Well, he's dropped him again. I don't know if it's he's getting hit and then he just falls to the canvas from fatigue.
Yeah, maybe just Vaughan wants to get it to the mat, but it's not the right way to do it. You don't want your head pushed up against that fence with someone sitting on your hips. Sheldon needs to look to that position first. Vaughan's great, these transitions. That was great. Now he needs to settle down. Same thing.
He's got a lot of time left in the round here.
Yeah.
But pull out a win
he needs to tighten things up on the mat. If he starts just opening himself up for strikes, Sheldon's going to use that fence to get up. Sheldon's got that wrist there. He might look to Kimura. Yep. Oh, what a great transition. He's used that Kimura to try and sweep him. He's not got the position. Here we go.
Straight to mount now.
Yeah, that was good.
He's going to let that go, I think.
Again, Vaughan's got great transitions, great scopes. Beautiful sweep there.
Both guys are showing some signs of fatigue.
Yeah, look, this is what I was saying before. I think the first 2 rounds probably won by pure striking. I think they're very, very evenly matched on the mat. There's lots of sweeps going on. Sheldon's on his back, but he's working. He's got that Kimura
again.
Yeah.
Well,
he's got it
deep.
He's used it for another sweep. Now he needs to just control.
He lost it again.
God, this is unreal. We're going to run out of time. We've got 10 seconds to make a statement, boys. It's very close. Let's go. Vaughan needs to sit up and start striking. He could sneak this round if he gets some striking in.
Oh, a bit of rubber guard here. I don't think they had anything left in the tank, Richie.
Right.
They gave it all they had.
Yeah, I think so. Look, that's great sportsmanship by both guys. Wow, what a fight. I think that could, so far, pick it for me, fight of the night. I think the girls in this fight are definitely up there. But Vaughan, first 2 rounds, he had more top position, I think, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to really... It's one of those fights you need to watch it back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we now go to the judges' scorecard, where Judge Corey Harris scores about 28 to 29 Vaughan. Judge Steve Percival scores about 29-28 Sheldon Davies. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision, which Judge Daniel Villanueva scores about 29-28. Your winner by split decision, Sheldon Davies.
It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and it's the most rewarding thing. And to come out here and to fight Vaughan, who's this amazing competitor, he doesn't give up, and to come out on top is such a good feeling, and it is life-changing. I don't want to prat her on, but this is the best feeling in the world.
I think I let him punch me too much.
I feel good. Tough one? I don't know, I can't remember. It's a fucking blur. Trying not to blur.
How are you feeling about it?
I don't know. I feel exhausted.
It's amazing.
I want to lay down.
It's now time to welcome the first of our two femme fatales to the ring. Would you make welcome Milan Rosetta?
I really struggled trying to find someone, as you know, when you try to help me try and find someone for Val. But I had a match-up set a couple of weeks out, and their coach, for some reason, decided that his fighter didn't want to fight, and I tried to persuade otherwise, but they pulled. So I had less than 2 weeks to try and find someone. And Milan put her hand up through Facebook, and look, she's not ideal, I've got to say. She's probably going to be too experienced for Val, but I put it on the plate to Val. I said, look, this girl is going to be more experienced for you. You're going to have your hands full, but props to Val. She said she'd take the fight.
Yeah, if a girl's going to come over from the other side of the country, Perth is renowned for producing tough fighters.
Yep.
And she's going to come over here 2 weeks' notice without a corner.
You wouldn't, yeah, exactly.
She's ready to fight.
Man, I picked her up from the airport and she was focused.
Val looks ready to go. She doesn't seem too worried about it.
The funny thing is that Val's putting her up. She's staying with Val.
In the same house?
Yeah, she stayed with Val. She's on her couch. She stayed there last night after the weigh-ins, and then she's staying with her tonight. So, yeah,
wow.
I mean, it's a great story.
That's the sport, though, isn't it?
It is.
54.8 kilograms on the scales, black shorts, white piping, working for News Limited as a designer. Please make a welcome.
You know, Val's done the training for the 6 months, so it doesn't matter who you put in front of her. She's ready to fight.
And, you know, and I've said it before, it's not about who wins and loses. It's, as soon as you step in the cage, all these guys have become warriors, and, you know, this may well be a little bit lopsided.
It never is when you're fighting. You know, you're fighting yourself, really.
Yeah.
It's not about the person in front of you. It's just skills against skills.
Yeah, but I think Milan's skills are going to be a little bit higher than Val's. But we'll see. You know, she wants to get in there. She wants to give it a go. Mr. Sharp.
This is round one.
Here we go.
Fast footwork from both girls.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Val's strengths are her stand-up, and I think that's where Milan's are as well. She's got a Muay Thai background, so she could be working knees as she's.
Oh, yeah, there's some heavy knees.
Yeah, that's
she's throwing some big lever.
Yeah. Oh, Val's doing well. She's going back. Big knees, big knees, big knees.
She's going for that single leg.
Both girls going for it. Milan just looks as stronger of the two girls. She tends to be
she's quite tall.
Manhandling, if that's the right word for this fight, but she's loving those knees. Val just needs to protect herself. Maybe try and get hold of one of those knees when they come in. Work for the takedown.
She's got to peel that hand off her neck.
Yeah. I think she's knocked the wind out of her a little bit.
Val's got to keep her hands up here.
Yeah, hands up. Oh, nice. That's what she needs to do. Keep her nice and tight.
Oh, she's just wore one there.
In and out. She's caught her again. I think she looks
Milan,
a little
1-2. Oh, 1-2 and a high kick. Milan's keeping her hands high.
Yep. Nice little front kick there, put her on the fence.
And Val's, it's a bit of dirty boxing here.
Yep.
Oh, that was a hard knee.
That
She felt that.
She's winded her.
That's hurt her.
Oh, man, hats off, you know. Look, Mel's here. She knows what this is all about. She could have gone in and finished it then. But she's let her recover.
Showing some class there.
She is, definitely. But she's back to war again now. She's relentless with these knees. I was doing a good position. If she can press her up, she just needs to try and smother her a little bit more. Not allow her to get those knees off. She needs to get off the fence.
Oh, another front. Those front kicks are hurting her.
Yeah, it's all the midsection. She's really laying in for that midsection.
And Val's not giving up, though. Oh! Both those connected.
Yeah.
Hands up, Val.
Come on, Val. You can do it. Just stay in there.
Milan's just trying to find her range and pick her off here.
Yeah, she's got all the time in the world here. She's not under threat at the moment. That just needs to throw a little bit of leather. Val
looks in a bit of pain here.
Yeah.
Oh, straight right.
I think this round needs to finish fairly quickly, so corner can talk to Val and just give her a little bit more encouragement. She probably feels a little bit alone in there at the moment. Come on, Val. Cover up. Cover up.
Oh, Milan's trying to finish.
Yep.
She's heard the bell. She's going for it. She's trying to finish before the end of this round. Saved.
That was a tough round. She needs to try and take Mel out of her comfort zone. At the moment, she's just doing what she wants to do. So she needs to swing, keep her hands tight, and then put Mel on the back foot.
Oh, just going for straight for a takedown there.
She needs to throw.
Oh, big
That's
right!
what she needs to do. That's
another
beautiful.
one.
Here we go. Stay on it, Val. Move forward, move forward, move forward. Get off the fence.
She's in the fight here. Oh, Milan's got her where she likes her again.
See,
She's got that Muay Thai plum. Oh, dirty boxer. Val's going to have to fight back here. He's going to call it. He's going to call it. Yep. It's all over. Just outclassed tonight, that's all.
Tower's thrown in there. Good call from the corner, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
There's no malice in this sport.
Well, Mel doesn't want to do any malice because she won't have anywhere to sleep tonight.
She'll be cold, you reckon?
She might be talking to some of the other wimps tonight, or should I say warriors, looking for a new place to sleep and bed down. No, I can't say enough about Val at this point. I think she's done an amazing job. She knew that she was up against someone that was going to be higher in skill set, experience, and she just stood up. She didn't want to miss out and experience what this whole process was about. It's stepping in the cage and competing.
In 31 seconds of round number 2, the fight being stopped. Milan Rosetta.
She's still pretty.
We have some heavyweight action heading your way. First of all, let's bring out to the arena, making welcome the blue corner's Ben Keating.
Interesting matchup this. You've got Kyle Noakes' cousin Ben Keating, Ben the Warhammer Keating versus Francis Cullimore. I believe Francis was an ex-rugby union player.
Yeah, Waratah represented Australia as well, and New Zealand, I think, or maybe just New Zealand. But yeah, look, he's got a strong sporting background, and to be honest, I couldn't pair up anyone else with these guys. Like, Ben's the biggest, he's got the longest range, and he's done really well throughout the series. He's really picked things up. And Francis, he's a natural sportsman, you know. So I think it's as good a matchup as I can make with the heavyweights, and it should be a good fight. Ben's going to need to use his range. Francis has got heavy hands. He's probably going to try and work wrestling, maybe get it to the mat. But it should be good. I think it's going to be a lot of swinging to the fences.
A lot of rugby guys usually do come with good wrestling pedigree. That's just part of their sport.
Yeah, it comes natural for them.
And Ben's obviously from good pedigree himself, being a Noak.
Yep. And again, massive transformation for Ben. I mean, he was a big boy.
Soldiers?
Yeah, point toy soldiers, ate pizza pretty much every day, and never really trained. I think he was around about the 140 kilos. I can't remember now. So much excitement going on, but he's got his weight right down. I think he weighed in at 115. Did he? I didn't really announce it.
Yeah, he's a lot smaller than he was when I saw him at the tryouts.
This is
love the heavyweight fights.
Yeah, this is going to be swinging, and I think new people watching this sport don't realise it's very different from boxing. Heavyweight swing in boxing, you've got pillows at the end of your fists. These guys, 4-ounce gloves, they connect, things happen, and this is should be interesting. Both guys have got a lot of support tonight. Francis looks quite nervous.
We're all set. Here we go. Round 1.
Don't blink.
Here we go. Watch for Ben to use his range. Oh, nice. Francis is going to want to try and get inside.
Reasonably fast pace here.
Yeah, look, they both move, pretty good for heavyweights.
Oh, he's got a nice little overhand right there.
Yep.
Ben wanting to keep his hands up if he's going to go throwing kicks like that.
Yeah, Ben's dropping his level a little bit too much, He doesn't want to be throwing with his level down because he's bringing his chin down to Francis' level. He needs to try and use his height a little bit more. Nice. Good leg kicks. He's following up with strikes as well. Looks like Francis is just waiting to offload at some point. Ben's being more aggressive at this point. Ben's holding the centre. Ben just not finding the target with his strikes at the moment. Oh, that certainly found the mark. Right. Yep. Now Francis' confidence is growing. He's seen it. Yep. He's coming forward. Ben's coming back. Ben needs to be careful. Francis is finding his chin.
He's got clipped with the left hook there.
Yep.
Ben's pushing the pace though.
He is. He just needs to just try and connect a little bit better. Those leg kicks just need to have a little bit more connection, a little bit more weight going into him. Kind of.
If you're going to throw him, you want to hurt him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No point just pouring him out there unless you're going to set up something else.
Yeah, look, that's not really going to do much damage.
Yeah, Francis is throwing with a bit more intent there.
Yeah.
He's got his hands dropped down too, though.
Yeah,
you know.
he needs to be careful.
One hit from either of these guys.
Yeah, like I said early on, it only takes one punch from these gloves, from these big boys, and the fight can be over.
Who's going for blue team? The Warhammer.
Here we go. There's the crowd.
Red team's Francis Cullimore.
Come on, boys, let's go.
Another overhand right there.
Yeah, that's definitely his punch of choice at the moment. Left hook, overhand right. Pretty standard for getting inside of someone's range. Angles for his left hook. Ben's closing him nicely. He's using the ring.
He keeps wearing some punches. There's a bit of claret coming out of his eye now.
He's going to have sore legs tomorrow. Francis definitely got some weight in those kicks.
Both a little cautious.
Yeah, I think Francis is just trying to find his time. He's waiting for that big punch. That was nice.
You could hear that.
Yep, that was definitely what he
needs
to do.
Oh,
that was the big left hook. He's all over
this
him.
is all over.
Yep, the ref's in.
See
big
that
left hook.
See that coming from either of them, you know. They both had sort of starting to strike with their hands down.
Francis is loving it. Look, he's on the cage. He's got a lot of support. I think he sold more tickets than anyone tonight.
Ben's all right. Just looks a bit disappointed.
Yeah, look, Ben done well. He's catching his breath. He'll be fine.
Bit of a flash knockout, really.
Yeah. I think the ref did really well, though. Francis swarmed in, which is exactly what he should do. And finished the job. Again, classic heavyweight. Classic heavyweight bout. Don't blink. Never blink when the heavyweight's on, boys and girls.
We love having heavyweights fight, and we've got a fight night coming up here in same venue up in July 20.
Brace has?
Yeah, it's
awesome.
Brace 21 Sydney. So.
Wow, that'd be awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by TKO from the red corner, Francis Cullimore.
Overall, it's the result I wanted. I wanted to make it through the whole 7 months, put in my best effort, and just go out there and bang and try see what I could do. And I think I did that and had a lot of fun. Francis can hit really hard. He's going to be a monster.
Fight fans, we now move on to a welterweight contest again.
This fight's interesting coming up next.
Yeah, there's a little bit of bad blood between these boys throughout the series.
We had Brace 18 in Canberra, and you had all the Wimp to Warrior guys down there watching the show, and they hopped in the cage afterwards to get a feeling for it. And these two boys, they knew they were going to be fighting each other for tonight's finale.
Yeah.
And they stood toe to toe, gave each other a little headbutt.
I think that's more just Sai. He likes to try and psych up Jack, but Jack doesn't need any psyching up. He's a very intense young man, and I think this could be a good fight.
Well, even last night at the weigh-ins, there was a bit of push and shove.
Yeah, there was. And again, Josiah instigates it. Just likes to try and play a little bit of mind game with him. But both good, really good guys, very committed to training throughout the series. Never really missed anything. I think in terms of skill set, Jack's got probably the best takedowns out of anyone in the series. He's got a great double leg, and I think that's what he's going to try and utilise. So he's been working his wrestling, and once he gets to the mat, which I think he will, trying to keep him to the mat. Josiah's going to work his stand-up.
When they were training together before you split them into the two teams, was there any tension between these guys?
Yeah, a little bit. I think they're just kind of, I'd say alpha males, but I think they're chalk and chalk rather than chalk and cheese. They're both like.
And now to my right in the
being the dominant one. They don't like taking the backward step in training. They hate getting submitted. They don't like getting copped on the chin, So, look, it should be a good fight. I can't see it going to a decision.
This is the one I've been looking forward to.
Yeah, right.
From the weigh-ins last time, like, I've got to see these boys fight.
Yeah, this should be good. Like I say, I think the keys are going to be, I think it's just a matter of time before Jack gets the takedown. Because, like I say, he's got really good double leg. But Josiah needs to scramble, either get a top position or get to his feet and avoid the takedown as much as possible, because it's all points at the end of the day if it does go to decision. Right.
Crowd's chanting, they're into this.
I like Jack's old school pride shorts there he's got on. Josiah showing our sponsors shorts, which is Sportsmaster Australia.
Australia. They don't even shake hands, they're swinging.
No, yeah. See, Jack's, his stand-up's not great. He tends to drop his hands a fair bit. We did a little bit of work on that.
Yeah, there we go, get back caught there. He's punching.
Yeah, Josiah's got quite tidy stand-up, actually. But like I say, Jack's got to just look for the double leg, and here he goes. He's got the lift already.
He's a stocky thing.
Oh, look, here he goes. He's going to probably walk into his corner. There he goes. Now, it's all about position for both these guys. Jack needs to try and control Josiah's hips and not let him scramble, work his ground and pound. Josiah can either use the fence or try and push off the fence, get an open mat and scramble. I don't think he's got submissions off his back really to put Jack in any danger at this point.
I'm just laying there with a closed guard.
Oh, look, there you go. He's working something. Yeah, he's working something. He's lost position now. That was very sloppy. Straight into mount. So he's probably going to use the fence to bridge. No, he pushes off the fence rather than bridges with the fence. Josiah's doing a good job of holding Jack down here. Dangerous position for Josiah.
Yeah, Jack looks like he's going to throw some heavy punches, and he does.
Yeah.
It's not a good spot to be in underneath when someone's throwing punches down on you.
No. Jack's not rushing anything at this stage. He's doing a good job of controlling the mount position. Yeah, nice crossface there, controlling his head, keeping him in the centre. Josiah's working off his back as well. He's throwing hands. He's just not letting Jack be the only one striking here, which is good.
He's overhooked his arm here. If he can bridge and roll, he can get him over.
Yep.
He's got to stop letting Jack posture up and just rain strikes on him.
Yeah. Needs to work. He needs to do something. He's using that underhook.
Yeah,
out. Beautiful. Nice work. Watch his guillotine. Needs to tuck that head, maybe work some knees here. But I'm guessing Josiah's going to want to try and break it when he can and get back to the centre here.
He's going for the old foot stomp.
Yeah, I saw that. There we go.
Old school.
Yeah, old school shorts versus old school foot stomp.
Nice little inside knee. Oh no, he's
timed.
It's not a nice one. He's collected him in the package.
Yeah, I didn't even see that one.
I thought it looked good. I thought it was like an inside thigh, and they hurt. But he's
Steve's all over it.
He's obviously got him.
I'm guessing Jack won't take the full 2-minute count or 5-minute count, whatever the ref's offering him. He's going to want to keep the momentum in this fight going, I'd imagine. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So I need to try and keep this centre. Nice leg kick. Yeah, that's some weight on it. That was good. That's going to slow his takedowns down.
Oh, he's caught it.
Nice. Nice counter.
It's not Superman.
A double strike there.
Let's into a very sporty round one. Web2Warrior.com.
Steve sets him off, and here we go again.
Crowd's still into this.
And they're touching gloves. Here we go. Nice, beautiful jab, Josiah. Oh, I think a little setup for fake Superman there, and another double leg.
Beautiful, straight into the side.
Oh, straight to the mount. Yeah. This is definitely Jack's favoured game plan. Is just that strong double leg, slamming him to the mat and getting a good position.
Does he have some good submissions, or is he more of a ground and pounder?
He's more of a ground and pound for sure, but he was double-legging everyone in training. You know, there was no one really that could stuff his takedowns. Again, he's got a rugby background, so he had a definite advantage of the takedowns from the other guys when this started. Josiah's walking around. He needs to get his feet on that fence if he's going to use it.
A lot of rugby league and rugby union guys transition well to mixed martial arts.
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, there's been, you know, obviously wrestlers have always been the number one transition from sport to sport into mixed martial arts. But I think you're going to see a lot more rugby guys, you know, when they finish their season, they fancy something else, a little bit more of a challenge. MMA is definitely a route that they could go to. So he's got the top position now. He's going to work some again, working those legs. Trying to slow Jack down if this goes into the third round. Doing a good job.
Jack's talking to him.
Yeah. He's letting him up. I would have probably stayed on him a little bit longer.
No love lost between these two.
No. Size changes level. And another little fake.
Jimmy jump.
Yeah. Not sure.
I don't know what that is. Maybe it's from his footy
Yeah,
days.
see, Jack's getting his timing down nicely. He's just waiting for that jab to throw out and he's ducking under. Josiah needs to be working the uppercut, following the jab, you know, even if it's just a fake, just to keep Jack off. If those uppercuts are swinging every time he throws a jab to follow up. Gives the person looking to dive in for that double leg or something to think about, you know. He's got a free passage at the moment. Again, he's in that mount position. Josiah's holding him down, but you know, he's not really doing anything else.
Jack could finish this if he
Jack needs to get off his hips, you know. He's sitting too low in that mount position. Not that Josiah's doing anything with that, with his bridge at the moment, but he needs to try and get up in his armpits. He can.
seems quite content to just win the round and control the position.
Yeah, look, he's doing what he needs to do to win. You know, he's not going crazy in that mount position and allowing Josiah to get out. He's just sitting on him and keeping nice and heavy and scoring points. Need to stop Jack diving in for these takedowns. Stay off the fence as well. Here we go. Final round. I've got two rounds up for Jack at the moment. Yourself?
Yeah, easy. Yeah. Josiah needs to stick and move here. He's going for a...
Yeah, look, Superman punch, great, but...
Looks great on TV, but it's low percentage.
It is, and also it's a great punch for setting up takedowns, but not for defending takedowns. You're lifting yourself up, exposing your hips. It's not a great tactic.
And more of the same.
Yeah, it's a shame. Josiah's, like I say, I was really hoping to see some of Josiah's stand-up because he's got some really good hands, heavy hands as well. If he catches Jack, he could really hurt him, but he's not going to do it on his back.
Let's see if Jack can finish him here. He's got the mount really early in this round.
Yeah. Josiah needs to work that fence. If he can get his feet on that fence, he can bridge and get some height. So there's a much better chance of reversing this position. And he's not aware of that fence. He's putting his head to the fence rather than his feet, which is not a good thing.
It's just going to soften him up a little bit. It's not going to do much.
No, but again, it's just point scoring. Jack's playing it safe, but he's scoring points and he's going to win this fight like this. Holding position and scoring. Fight's not going to get stood up because he's throwing. You know, might not be damaging, might not be finishing the fight, but he's scoring the whole time.
You know, if you're predominantly a wrestler and that's what your skill set is.
This is a nice scramble. Yeah, that's a beautiful scramble.
Oh, heavy hands.
Here he goes. Josiah knows he's got to score points here. His corner's probably told him he's 2 rounds down.
He's hitting
He
hard
has to
too.
finish. He has to finish this fight. Jack's probably going to tie him up and try and keep him from that. But Josiah needs to try and let his hands go. Yeah, Jack's tying him up nicely.
Josiah needs to circle his arms through the middle there.
Yep.
free them up and strike him. Just pick him
Or
up.
just pick him up and stack him, you know, drop him. Try and get off this. He's got 2 nice overwraps here. Grinding his head into him, but it's not really going to do anything at this stage. Yeah.
Both stalling.
That's probably the best thing for Josiah, you know. Jack held him down, but, you know, it's just got stood up. So this is where Josiah needs to be. He needs to be heavy hands now. Jack's going to look. There he goes. He's looking for that takedown.
Jack looks a bit tired, actually.
Yeah. Those leg kicks are probably starting to come into play now.
He's pouring out there with that jab.
Come on, Josiah. We need a bit of urgency here.
He's throwing.
He needs to get combinations working. Single punches. Come on, let's go, let's go. Last 10 seconds. That's
nice.
This is the thing. That's what we needed early on.
It's over.
A little bit too little, too late, I think, for Josiah.
I think he'd be a little bit disappointed
Yeah.
with that. You know, he's got power in his hands and his strikes. He just needed to, I don't know, throw them a bit more and move off to the side.
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, if this was a 5-rounder, Josiah probably would have come stronger in the later rounds.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Percival has our 2 fighters centering the obligatory hands for the both fighters. Big round of applause. A tough contest on our semi-main event here on WinterWarrior.com. We go to the judges' scorecard for only the second time this evening. Corey Harris scores about 30 to 27. Daniel Villanueva scores about 30 to 27. Charlie Keach sees it the same way, 30 to 27, all the way to the blue corner, Jack the Tank Foreman.
Still fantastic. I'm glad to get the win. Fucking harder than I expected, you know, even with everything coming in.
Right, yeah.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is our final fight of the night on WinterWarrior.com. Our season finale concludes with an MMA bout at middleweight. Let's now please make welcome to the blue corner, Carl Robertson.
This is one of the fights that got changed around last minute. Carl was supposed to fight his housemate, Richard, up until just over a week ago. But we had one of the middleweights dropped out, Matt, leaving Ryan free. And I changed the fights around, so Ryan's now fighting Carl. And he's a very intense guy as well. He's very disciplined. He knows what he's there to do. And his job is going to be standing. Carl's got a good ground game. Ryan. So,
I noticed last night when they weighed in, they were both very serious and ready for business.
Yeah, look, these guys are taking this very seriously. Both guys, they both want to win badly, and they've both got very different game plans. So it should be a good fight. So whoever imposes their game plan, I guess. Carl wanting to get it to the mat early, I'd say. He's got fairly good hands, but Ryan's very unorthodox with striking, and that's, you know, sometimes that can be, you know, something you want to try and adjust and get guys looking tidy, but he's very hard to predict. His hands come from different angles, and as long as he keeps his hands high and doesn't expose his chin, he stands a good chance of knocking Carl out. So that's where he needs to be, standing. If he gets to the mat, he needs to work in his scrambles and getting up to his feet as quickly as he can. There he is. Iron Ryan.
In charge of the action in the cage for the final time.
That ink and that shaved head, he actually looks the part, eh?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
Looks ready for war.
Yeah, both these guys are focused, like I said earlier. This should be good. I think Ryan's probably going to work the leg kicks to slow Carl down and, you know, make it hard for him to work takedowns. And he's got some power. Ryan was probably the fittest guy in the whole series. You know, anyone that's watched the series, you'd see him several times wearing one of those masks to restrict his breathing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes, so he'd wear that a lot when training. So,
deadly serious about what he does.
Yeah, I don't think cardio is going to be his problem. He's
good head movement.
Yeah, I'd imagine he's going to hold intensity quite high throughout this and try and
Carl's punched straight into the clinch there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to stand with Ryan.
Nice little reversal from Ryan.
Yeah, look, he's a strong dude. He's gonna be hard to wrestle. So Carl's best way of getting this fight down to the mat would probably be a clean takedown rather than from the clinch. But saying that, he's got a nice single leg off the fence. I've seen it in training a lot. Yeah, with nice little sneaky sweep. Yeah. Right, it's probably going to look to try and use the fence to get up at this stage. Ryan doing a good job. Nice.
You're always going straight for the back.
Yeah, this could be dangerous for Ryan. I really can't see Ryan tapping out though, to be honest. I think he's one of the guys, you'll have to put him out, shake him unconscious for him to tap.
He's doing a good job of controlling Carl's hands.
Yep.
Carl can't see that choke him.
Like I say, his game plan is standing. So all the groundwork he's been doing has all been defence, anti-jiu-jitsu. Keeping his hands tight, not overextending anything.
Carl's trying to flatten him out here, and it looks like he's got his hands caught up underneath, so he can't sort of put the choke in.
Yeah.
Ryan's doing a great job to sit out there. He's got to his sides.
He's looking for a Kimura here, I think.
Switch to an armbar too.
Yeah.
He's got his leg caught through. So try and soften him up with some strikes.
That's good. That's a good game plan. More striking.
Free up that arm. He's picking his shots. And he really wants that arm.
Crowd shouting for armbar.
Yeah, so the crowd of MMA in Australia now is a lot more knowledgeable than it used to be a few years ago.
Massively. I'll tell you something that used to really pee me off is you go to a domestic fight in Australia, not just Australia, but years ago, like in UK, I've been in the States, and the crowd would boo when there was, what they would see like a stalemate, like especially fence work. But now a lot of people more educated through training or watching the fights, and they know that's one of the hardest points. Yep, nice. Yeah, when you're working a fence, it's tough. There's a lot of tactics involved, a lot of strength, and it's a tough position to be in.
Yeah, it's very tiring. It sucks the energy out of you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, try and what's he doing here?
Oh.
Got to go for a little armbar right down the death.
Ryan did what he needed to do there, but I think that was Carl's round.
Yeah, that would have easily been Carl's round, but Ryan showed some great defence.
That's awesome. You were saying earlier that you guys are going to hold an event here. Is it July, you said?
Yeah, July 20 we'll be back here in this venue.
Because the atmosphere is brilliant.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can get some of these warriors on from tonight's card on that show.
Yeah.
Well, nice straight jab there from Carl. A good head movement.
Yeah, nice head movement from Ryan.
Well, he's letting go a bit.
Nice uppercut there.
He's throwing a bit heavy.
He's trying to keep that centre. His back's way too close to the fence there for controlling the fight. So he's going to get pressed up against that fence and then probably take him down. Nice leg kick there.
He's got a low stance too. He's probably trying to avoid any direct takedowns.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Look, clinch is coming in.
And Carl's where he wants to be again.
Yep. Ryan doesn't want to gas his arm out, hanging on to that.
Yeah, he's not going to get it from
guillotine.
There. He needs to let that go and try and get an underhook. Oh, he's got mount.
Nice. Ryan's doing a great job getting to his feet.
Underhook.
Grab
the
whizzer. Yep.
It's actually quite a good technical battle, these guys. So they've really worked hard on the technique throughout the series. He's got to get up.
Nice, beautiful sprawl. He needs to control his head. See Carl's head's popping out the side there. He needs to try and keep that in the centre.
Spin round
That's
his
it,
back.
nice. Get to the centre, get to the centre.
Oh, nice right hand.
Yeah. See, Ryan, if he's throwing uppercuts like that, it's going to avoid a lot of this. Carl had no real worry about just driving him with his head and his chin open there. Ryan trying to get that knee through and possibly work a guard position. Again, he's got that guillotine he's let go now. So Carl's going to try and sit up. Carl can do some damage from here.
Yeah, Ryan needs to kick off and pop back up. Just like that.
Yep.
Well, Carl didn't like that little strike there at all.
Cheeky little side fist from Ryan off the back. Yeah, he's trying to secure a wrist, I think, now. Maybe Americana, but he's not got position. He's not going to get anything from there.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
Very loose half guard, if anything.
Carl should really be concentrating on putting some heavy leather into him here.
Yep, he could score a lot of points here. There we go. He needs to try and finish strong.
And he's going to be finishing on
he's
top
got the
again.
round, you know, but
He
the urgency should be coming from Ryan at this stage.
Looks like two in the bag there for
Yeah,
Carl, I would say.
I think so. Ryan's doing a good job, though. You know, he's up against a guy that's got, you know, a jits background.
Here we go, the third and final round.
Ryan's corner's probably told him he needs to win this round now.
Yeah, he's coming out straight away with a sharp little jab, heavier kick.
Yep.
Showing a bit more determination here.
Again, Carl's keeping that centre. Ryan really needs to try and get that centre of that cage. There we go. Keep it now. Good. Combinations key. Set up the big punch. Circle, circle, off the fence. Carl's doing a good job of controlling that centre again now. He's probably going to try and press Ryan back. Look for that clinch again. Nice angle.
Drop down there and then come back up with a strike, so Ryan probably thought he was about to get taken down.
Yep. There he goes.
Drive him to the fence.
When you're working against someone that's looking for takedowns, you've got to change your striking up. You know.
Well, he's going for a standing guillotine.
Yeah, that looks pretty deep.
And now he's using it to try and take that leg out from under him.
Yeah. Right. He's got full side control now. Ryan's head's up against the fence. He's put the wrong knee up to defend. He needs to be switching his knees around. But like I was saying, it's, you know, big looking hooks and straight punches are great, but when you've got someone that's looking to shoot underneath you at any point, you've got to be throwing body shots and uppercuts. Now make it hard for this person to come in.
Yeah. So it's a shame. Ryan's he's going to have to move. He can't lay here on the back here for the rest of this round.
Well,
he's probably down 2 rounds already.
Yep. He needs to finish. He needs to get to his feet and try and get a TKO because he won't submit Carl.
He's got to get a left arm underhook and hip out.
Carl's doing a good job of keeping him in position. He's got his head up against the fence, making it very hard for him to hip out. He's looking for a Kimura here, I think. Going knee ride. Good opportunity for Ryan to scramble, which he's doing. Get to his feet. Beautiful. Here we go. Let's have a fast pace. Let's go, Ryan. You need to swing, mate.
Nice crisp jab. There's a little right hand that gets through. If he keeps this up, he could land something of significance here.
He just needs to go for it. His corner should be shouting to him.
Oh, that's
tense. Is that tense?
He's got to circle off, and when Carl's charging at him, he can't just be running backwards.
Thought I had to clap it in, obviously not. Come on, Ryan. Carl's doing a good job. Very professional job. Oh, he's catching him. He's catching him. Carl's going to have a sore leg tomorrow.
It's over.
Great fight.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, please put those hands together for our final 2 fighters of the night here on WinterWarrior.com. We have gone to the judges' scorecard where Judge Corey Harris has scored it 30 to 27. John Sharp, 30 to 27. Charlie Keach, 30 to 27. All the way, blue corner, the man